strategies. Let's get Dr. cknarayan into this discussion as well and find out what are the stocks that you should be buying when the Nifty is up 100 points today. Dr. Narayan, afternoon. Thanks for joining in. It's been a very good day of trade. I mean, almost 400 points higher on the Sensex. How are you reading the charts now? Do you think the rest of January will see an up move towards that 9,000 mark that many are talking about pre-budget?
Well, I think that is more of an expectation and a desire rather than a reality which is being reflected by what is there on the charts right now. We have a spirited rally, no doubt, but the extent for this rally were pegged at about somewhere around 19,290 for the Bank Nifty and about 84.65 for the Nifty future, and both of these levels having been hit. My view on the market is less sanguine as compared to the ones that you mentioned. So, as of this moment, I have advised, taking profits from whatever positions that I had recommended earlier, whether they were day trade nature, few days trade nature, or wherever we had some profits. I think there is an over expectation of the.
CK, is this closing positions only on the index or even individual shares?
I would think individual shares have also moved up pretty smartly, and we may be in profits in several of the names that one would have participated across the last couple of days. So I would say that this view applies to those as well, and one should take profits and stand by the sidelines. I think there is a huge over expectation of the weekend summit between the PM and the bankers. I think I wouldn't want to be long with big positions and the market being disappointed on Monday. If the markets are favored or cheered by whatever comes out of the summit, there is lots of room on the upside, and I would be happy to participate at higher levels also.
Okay. In fact, that was my next question, Dr. Narayan. On the Bank Nifty, it's crossed the 19,000 mark. How do you see the trajectory move from here? Do you see profit taking in the Bank Nifty as well? And if this, if we get a favorable news flow on by the end of the weekend, what are the stocks that you would actually go ahead and buy in the banking space?
Well, a push to new highs is always to be taken as something very positive and very favorable. So from that standpoint, what the Bank Nifty has done and what several bank sector stocks have done is indeed something positive and therefore worthy of following up with long positions, there is no doubt. But every move has its limits in terms of, the spurts that it does create. And like I said, whatever limits I had imposed on it have been reached today, so I am happy to take profits. But in the line with your question, what if we get cheered in the next week? Then I think it would be business as usual in terms of what has led the banking rally, which would be your Kotak Bank, your IndusInd Bank from private sector space, followed by Axis and Yes Bank, that is in private sector. In the public sector space, I would certainly look at, banks like Bank of Baroda, and I would look at, let's say, maybe Punjab National Bank or even a Bank of India.
Okay, and even as you're speaking, CK, some profits seem to be being taken off the table, at least of some banking shares. Not very large, but some profits are being booked at the moment.
In fact, even from the Nifty, the high of the day was 84.10 and now we've come down to 83.78. So if you can just pull up the intraday chart of the Nifty, you'll realize that we've come off about 30 odd points from the highs of trade. It's still a very handsome gain of 1%, but come off about 30 odd points. So, Dr. Narayan, I guess there are some people who are taking profits at this point in time. Which are
maybe they are listening to us talking.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
Okay, fair enough. Which are the stocks that you would strictly stay away from now? Because when the market climbs a wall of worry, you generally see a lot of stocks across sectors participating. But which are the ones that you would stay away from completely now?
I think the move in metals is clearly something of a rally. So wherever big moves have come in metal stocks, I would not want to remain there. I would probably want to take some profits out of those. Other than that, I think ADG Pack is another one which typically rallies when the markets are good but comes off big time, if the market rolls back. So that is an area where I would want to stay away or take my money off. And I think oil marketing companies have not really participated in the rise. So that's something that I may want to also kind of stay away from.
All right, we leave it at that. Thank you, Dr. Narayan, for joining us. So slightly cautious on this up move. It's still a market that you can sell on every rally. That's the word coming